Hey, what's up, y'all? Backyard dude here. What's up, backyard dudes and dudettes, of course. Yeah. So I am getting ready to start another project. Meanwhile, I have 10 other projects going on, but we had some crazy rain yesterday and today, and now my paver project is taking a halt. I was gonna do some compaction and get these pavers kind of squared away over the next day or two, but the rain said otherwise. Ground's way too wet to do that. So another thing on my list is to do some repairs on the water stream that we made a few months ago. Couple problems with it on the first round on V1. The pondless reservoir was a little bit too small to support a thorough stream. The stream was too long, so it would run out of water by the time it fully circulated. So I got a couple things from Home Depot. A larger, almost twice as big reservoir. I'm gonna use this heavy-duty tote, drill some holes here in the grid, and then dig out all those rocks and pull out the old tub and put in a new pond liner, because I didn't have a concurrent pond liner system. I kind of didn't really know what I was doing the first time, and you know, you live and you learn. But we're gonna put a singular pond liner in, that way there's no leaks anywhere, because I was starting to lose a little bit of water and the stream wasn't very great after a couple hours of running. I think it's just seeping out into the ground, and so we want to fix that. And then the third thing is I had a hose, you can see over there, that I left in the sun a little too long, and I never like permanently buried it, and so it dry rotted and it broke one day when I handled it. So I'm gonna just use the same stuff, a new hose, but I'm gonna bury it this time, and it should last a whole lot longer. If it doesn't, then I'm probably gonna do like a full-on PVC system at some point, but this is a quick, easy way to do it. If you're thinking about building a pond like this, really all you need is a pond liner, the protective barrier underneath the pond liner. It's this softer fabric, almost like a landscape fabric, but a little bit thicker. That'll help prevent any holes and tears. You'll need a pump, a hose, and a spillway, which I have up there at the top. And then yeah, I just kind of dug out the general shape that I wanted, went to the local hardscape and picked out the biggest boulders I could lift with my bare hands, and just started stacking the side, made a couple drops, and then used river rock in the center to kind of give it a more natural creek look. Yeah, I think it came out great. It's a pondless thing. The water's a little high right now because we had this rain, so I gotta drain it, pull back all the rocks I can, maybe take a mental note of how the rocks are arranged now so I can put it back as closely as possible with the new liner, the tub, and the new hose. And yeah, I thought this was a great opportunity to show y'all that it's really not that hard to build a feature like this. I think all in all, the first go around I spent $250 on everything, and then today it was $10 for the tote, $27 for the 20-foot hose, and $50 for a new pond liner. That's gonna come tonight, so I should be able to install that tomorrow. And yeah, so what's that, 10, 40, yeah, under $100. So all in all, I'm like $350 into this thing, and I think it's gonna last a long time once I get everything right. So yeah, here we go. Okay, got all the rocks around the basin removed, and now I can show you where I screwed up so you don't do this. I tried to save on tarp here, and instead of laying the tarp underneath the reservoir and capturing everything, I just laid it flat and cut out a big square on top. I even doubled up, but what I think is happening is once that water table rises up here, there's enough pressure for it to go underneath the tarp, and then it's just soaking into the ground, and that's not good. That's not good for my plants. That's not good for conserving water. It's not good for a lot of things. So the plan is to, like I said, pull everything out, dig the reservoir a little bit bigger, put in the new tub, but with a new pond liner that's going to go underneath everything. That way water's not coming out anywhere. And then I might even go as far as adding some more dirt to the banks here, because in the past I've had minor leaks, nothing too crazy, but you know, we want to save as much water as possible, especially since our goal is to have a nice steady flow all the time. So yeah, that'll come later, but for right now I just need to dig up all the old stuff, clean it out, and probably dig it a little wider. I'm gonna dig that way because I don't want to dig any more towards this tree root system that's probably going to develop and be pretty massive one day. Alrighty, there's our pit of doom, as I'm gonna call it. It's still just filling back up with water. I mean, I dumped some over there, so I think that's just running back into it. I honestly may dig some out today, or maybe I'll let it dry out a day and mess with it, but nah, you know what? I think we're gonna do some today. I know it's gonna fill up with water again, but I think it's gonna be semi-easy digging with the ground being so soft right now. And yeah, so now you can see the difference in size. This is the old reservoir. I think it was like 8 gallons. It was good. I think it'd be better for a small fountain, so I'm gonna save it and maybe reuse it somewhere else. Other side of the yard probably. Just a small fountain. This one, the stream was like 15 feet long and a couple feet wide. Too much volume. But we got the new reservoir on sale at Home Depot. I think 17 gallons. So from 8 to 17 should be a huge difference. Yeah, and then just need to dig out the hole a little bit further that way, a little wider. And then wait for the pond liner to come in tomorrow, drop that in, pull the tarps that are from up there, lay those back on top, and really I think I'm only going to go as far up with the new liner until the ground is more uphill, because that leakage is really going to just be happening down here at the reservoir. So if I can go like maybe 2 feet further back where the tarp is now, right under that last drop, I think that'll be sufficient to make sure everything's flowing into the unified reservoir, the big bowl. We got the pit of doom. It's gonna be the bowl of destiny when we're done. All right, cool. Okay, so as you could probably notice, I just went ahead and said F it and ripped everything out. We're gonna start over from scratch because I really wanted to build up these banks. You can see it's pretty muddy. I need to build up the sides and probably lower the center a little bit, and that'll narrow the stream. It'll also help our flow. Yeah, I just ripped everything out, the padding, all the liners, everything. So we're gonna pretty much be able to do this from scratch, which is cool. You know, I'll probably even try to stack the rocks a little bit differently just to change things up. You know, we learned some things from the last fountain, and maybe we'll make a cooler one. We'll see. But yeah, I guess now that everything's ripped out, the only thing left to do is the pit of doom. Yeah, buddy. Alrighty, the pit of doom is now the bowl of destiny. It was actually way easier digging it out this time than last time. Last time it was bone dry. I had to dig a little, soak water, dig a little, soak more. Took me like 2 days, but as you can see, the ground is just absolute muck from all the rains, probably from the fountain whatever leaking, and yeah, made it a lot easier. It's still about a foot down. There was some pretty tough clay, but just the old pickaxe was able to knock it out. So yeah, what's left to do is shape up these berms, shape out the steps, and get everything kind of in the general shape. That way tomorrow when we have the new liner, we just drop it down and start stacking rocks. And I think all the hard stuff's done now, you know. I'll probably dig a little trench for the hose, but that's gonna be really easy, no problem. And yeah, probably just gonna film this till the GoPro dies of me shaping it out. So let's go. Alrighty, so we've got our pump and our basin in place. Ran the water tubing up the side there. I think if you wanted to, you could just go underneath the liner with the tubing, but I've got room on the side, not planning to put anything there, so I just went with that. And then I ran the electrical cord here. I have an outlet over there. Just been filling it up with water. I think the main components are all in place, and I'm just gonna fill it up to about the height of the top here, top of the container, and then turn it on and see if I can get a continuous stream, which I did not have before. Before I had to have it running and filling it up more as it was running to get it primed and a continuous stream. Then after a couple hours, because I had some leaks in the liner, it would lose some water and I'd have to refill it again, and it just really wasn't efficient. And I'm thinking now with the liner going all the way underneath, it's gonna work really great. And yeah, all right, looks like we're about full, so let me turn off my water, no cheating. And I'm going to come back to my chaos here and plug it in. All right, you ready? Here we go. All right, here comes some water. First drop's done, second drop, it's off to the side a little bit. But we're flowing, and we are down at the end, and the water level hasn't even dropped that much yet, so I think we are looking good. Good flow. Definitely gonna have to make some adjustments with the top rocks and tilt that second drop a little bit so it flows over the center. Yeah, we aren't losing any water level. It went down maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. That's great. I'm happy. We are flowing. Nice. All right, dudes and dudettes, what's up? Just giving an update on the stream. It's been a few weeks now and it is flowing great. Hardly ever have to fill it up. How often do we fill it up?
Maybe like every 1.5 or 2 weeks.
Every week, week and a half or so. I'm sure in the summer we'll have to fill it up some more with the water evaporating. But yeah, let's get one more little look at it. See if I can get the angle. Hard to do it in self-mode, but yeah, I think it looks sick. Let's go. Remember to like and subscribe. Later, dudes.